Hey, welcome to Tabletop Skirmish Games. I'm Lee, and in this video we'll be taking a look at all the terrain features that came in the SHADOWVAULT box set for Kill Team. And I've got to say, these are really cool. They're the best part of the box for me. Had a great time building them, putting them together, and then going through some of the rules. So in this video, I'll take you through the rulebook, have a look at the assembly, and just talk about each piece of these terrain features in detail to give you a good idea of how they're going to affect the game. And they've got some really great interactive qualities. So really excited to get playing with these. Can't wait. We'll start with the instructions first. Very easy to put together, and as I was going through it, I didn't even have to look at the numbers. The parts are so obvious where they go. They're quite chunky pieces, but there was a little error I noticed in the book there. That's labelled E3, but as we grab the actual piece of terrain itself, you'll see that there's a little difference. The terrain is labelled as E3, but the piece on the sprue, that's got a different number. So this, for example, here is 14, and then you've got two other components on the sprue, and they're numbered differently as well. So, I mean, it's not going to affect the build. It's obvious where they go, but I just thought I'd point it out, just in case you come across it and you were wondering if there was anything wrong. It all fits together perfectly, so don't worry about that mistake in the book. Here's the actual sprue itself. And this is brilliant. My favourite sprue from the box. Really cool set. And all the little pieces on there are so well done. Especially those weapon lockers. I really like those. You've got this thing that I mentioned in the unboxing. It looks like a foosball table. So that's pretty cool. That could be quite interesting to paint up. But I got clipping away, took all the little pieces off the sprue, arranged them in the different sections, and then put it all together once I trimmed it up. So we've got the panels, those weapon lockers. They're going to be part of the game for objectives. You've got the weapon caches on the floor, the bomb. This comes off as well and it turns, so all interactive and very playful. You can put the little bomb on top if you want to. The gun turret turns and they go up and down as well. So yeah, very playful, very interactive, and they're going to be great fun to play. If you'd like to see more details about all the contents of SHADOWVAULT, I'll put a link down below to the video where I do the full unboxing. And although you can't get hold of it anymore in most places, big shame that it's sold out so fast, you can still buy Into the Dark. So look around. Also check out Firestorm Games. I'll put a link to their website down below where you can order Into the Dark. And a big thanks to them for sponsoring the channel and helping me keep going with these daily videos. I really appreciate that support, and it would be awesome if you could check them out. So let's have a look at these components first, and these are going to be the different panels. And if you had the Into the Dark box set, you'll certainly recognise these and know how they're going to work during the game. There's 3 altogether, and they're all going to come with the heavy and traversable traits, so very much similar to Into the Dark panels. And then the same thing works there. If you want to get that objective and claim it, you need to be within black and have the highest APL. Here's the weapons locker up close, and you can just see a fantastic job with the detailing on this. I really like this piece. This has got to be one of my favourite terrain pieces for a long time. Really nicely done. You'll get 2 of each of these in the set. You've also got the control panel. That's okay. That looks a lot like the ones from Into the Dark. And then this one, the camera, that's quite cool. I could imagine using this in some other games, definitely. So really nice little pieces there. Now this is the best bit of the book for me. At the back, it opens up and you can tear this out. So that's going to save you going back and forth in the book. If you got the Into the Dark set, you'll know that was a real pain during setup. So brilliant that that's included, and then it references everything there, just like we saw with Into the Dark. This time it's going to be D followed by the number for each piece. And here's the layout of one of the maps for one of the missions, and you can see all those pieces are placed in there, and then you're going to have the objective markers close to them. They've done it a little bit different, I noticed, in some of the missions here, and we'll see that as we work through and have a look at some of the other missions in the book. And here you can see one of the missions, and it tells you the loot there, exactly how the terrain piece is going to work. And then what they're doing in some of these missions here is they're putting an objective marker on the floor close to those terrain pieces, and then it's those that you have to control to, say, loot the weapons locker, for example. So a little bit different. Then you've got the weapon caches here. Now these are going to be light and traversable, so you can actually get cover from these if the cover line crosses your base across them, and you're going to have to lose that white distance of movement if you want to traverse it as well. So yeah, for such a small piece, that's quite harsh, I think. You can't land on top of it and stay there either. You've got to cross it. So yeah, these are going to be a bit of a hindrance, but you know, mostly I think they're going to be something to use to interact with the certain missions, and so you can move around it. The bomb, on the other hand, isn't traversable, isn't light, and you act as if it's not there. So during the game, that's not going to be any part of like the terrain. It really is only going to feature for what it can do in specific mission rules. So yeah, that's an interesting part, because that's quite a chunky piece. You'd imagine you could get cover behind it, but I guess no one's going to be dumb enough to shoot it. Are they in game? I could think of a few orcs who might want to have a go, but there we go. That's the bomb. Great little terrain piece. Now we've got the sentry turret. Now this is light and traversable, and this is a really cool feature. I'm going to do a separate video on this because I think it's a lot to go through. I can do a little short video maybe, and then we can cover exactly how it works. It's basically going to shoot you during the game, so it's going to act as a terrain feature that can make attacks. So I love that. Can't wait to see how that works in game. I think it's going to be really fun, but an awesome little piece. It really is like a little toy. You can spin the turret, the bolters go up and down, the heavy bolters there. So really nice. So very playful vibe from this whole set so far that I'm really loving. And yeah, can't wait to get this on the table and play. I might do a little painting video for this because it's a really fun piece. That might be quite cool. Let me know what you think down below if that's something you'd like to see. And here on the map, you can see there's 2 placements for it. But in the mission rules, it tells you that one of the players is going to be able to choose exactly where it goes. So that's going to have some effect too. So yeah, very interactive, these bits. And I'm really loving that. Next up, we've got the robot. So you've got 2 different parts that you can play with a robot. And as you can see, there's quite a lot of rules that you can use for it. Again, I'm going to do another video on this. I don't think it's going to be a short one. It'll probably be a few minutes. And so, yeah, I'll do a regular video on this and we'll really break it down. I might paint it up as well. Let me know if you'd like to see that, because another fun piece. You can take that part off and then it can go back on top. You can even place the little bomb on there and it can carry it. This is going to come with the light and traversable traits, so tying in nicely with all the other pieces from the sets, and it's going to be either operational or dormant. And in the different missions, it's going to play different roles. It's either going to be a breaching role or it's going to carry things. So it'll tell you clearly in the mission guidelines exactly what it does and how you can operate it, whether that's going to cost you any action points to use and things like that. And then it'll show you on the map exactly where it's positioned, and then you can use it and activate it to do the different tasks that tie in with the mission to get the objectives, victory points, or get one up on your enemy. So there we go. That's an overview of the Shadow Vault's terrain and how interactive it's going to be in the different missions. Really looking forward to playing these missions and doing some updates here on the channel so that you can get a good idea about how they play. But I hope this video has been interesting and given you a little insight into exactly what's included and how it's going to affect the game. I've got loads more planned for Kill Team Shadow Vaults this weekend and the next week ahead, so keep checking in to see the other videos coming very soon. But for now, thank you so much for watching. I hope you liked it. If you did, please hit the like button, subscribe for more videos like this one, and don't forget to hit that notification bell too to join me here next time on Tabletop Skirmish Games. I'd like to say a huge thank you to my Patreon supporters who make these daily videos possible, and if you're interested in joining the community, it'd be awesome to see you there, and I'll put a link for that in the description down below.